The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials down 2. You get the NASDAQ up 16. S&Ps are up 350. We have gold trading flat at $12.16. You get silver down 18 cents at $16.08 an ounce. Platinum is up $4 at $9.73. We have copper flat at $2.11 a pound. Light sweet crude's catching a bid once again. That's up 52 cents, $49.85 a barrel. Bonds, the notes are down 12 ticks, 129.13. The 30-year bonds are full point, 163.12. They both, folks, are testing the swing low from last week. They've rejected it thus far. Good old King Dollar is flat out here at 95.50. The euro is trading at $1.11, and the yen also is trading at $1.11. Pretty wild. What's going on, Tom?
Morning, man.
How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. Coming into window dressing, coming into June. It's hard to believe, man.
You know, it feels like Tuesday. You're coming back from the long weekend, but I still thought it was Monday. And, you know, we're going to go to Kevin Hinks, and our producer Al told me Kevin's ready. And I said, why is Kevin ready on Monday in my head? And I went, oh, man, we're on Tuesday. I better get with it, right?
It's a beautiful thing. And
is.
Folks, don't forget, every trading day right here at TFNN, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. TD Ameritrade, swim lessons, have a great program. Kevin, Scott, Cindy, you can bring it right with you. Now, if you're listening in your car phone, remember, you can get all the programming right on your cell phone. TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV. You're going to get great HD quality audio and video. Kevin Hanks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. How's everything going, guys?
Good morning,
good.
Kevin. Going good.
Summer's kicked in.
Summer trading season.
I know, man. There's no doubt, man. It's going to be wild watching this whole thing shake out, Kevin. I mean, we're right next to the highs, right?
Right. I mean, think of all the things you've got. Even though it's the summer, Tom, right? And we talk about all the time, less eyes on the market. Markets could get thinner and whippier. You still got, is crude oil going to break $50 or hang out there, right?
Yes.
Is the dollar going to break through that 95.75 level that you were talking about? What's the 10-year yield going to do? We got a Fed meeting coming up in 2 weeks.
Right.
You got grains going crazy. You got non-farm payrolls coming up this Friday. So even though, make no mistake, we're in the summer trading season, there's still a lot to do this week.
Yeah, there is. And, you know, the thing that's going to get intriguing is that we know that, you know, the Fed continues to say they want to go up on short-term rates. But, you know, those numbers that come in Europe this morning, it's like, okay, man, you're down 0.2% from last May to this May. It's like, oh, really? So when I just look at that, even technically it's set up, as we say, where the dollar index is in correlation. But fundamentally, it's like, okay, they're not going to, I just don't see it. I just don't see it because.
Well, it's amazing to me, Tom. It was, 2 years ago when GDP was 2.5%? And they didn't want to raise rates because the economy was too weak. And now we're working about a much lower GDP number, and they're going to raise.
Yeah.
So it's a little crazy in terms of how they're justifying and their whole data dependent. But, you know, they seem to have their mind set on it. And some of the numbers that have come out have been a little higher. So I think they've got their eyes on inflation. I think that's what they're really worried. They don't want to be behind the curve on inflation.
Yeah, no, and listen, when I'm looking at it, I'm figuring I'm writing June off. I don't think it's going to happen yet, but July, I can see it happen, man. And and folks, that's going to continue volatility in the marketplace. Let me tell you something. If they really do go up in July, you're going to see volatility like you haven't seen in years.
Right. I mean, 8 days before the Brexit vote, they're not going to raise rates. No way.
Yeah. Right.
That's my opinion. And they've already kind of hinted. One of the Fed governors hinted that, we can raise rates in July just because there's no press conference scheduled. We can still raise rates then. So I think that's what they're waiting for.
Yeah.
I think you're spot on, Tom.
Yeah. So, hey, what are we going to be talking about today in swim lessons?
It's one of my favorite topics. We teach iron condors all the time.
Okay.
One of our fundamental trades. So what do you do with an iron condor in a low volatility environment, because you're short Vega in an iron condor? So we're going to show you how to adjust the Vega in an iron condor.
Nice.
A little bit of an advanced lesson for a Tuesday, but we're going to get you right back into it.
Well, I can tell you, man, the listeners are really enjoying the program. And we get calls here in the afternoon, that they're listening to that program and they're really learning a lot, man. So it's pretty cool, man. It's really cool.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
We're having a lot of fun. And we're ecstatic to have TFNN with us.
Yeah, and, it's the bottom line, folks, is that, if you trade options, please listen to the program. It's free. You're going to get an education that's over the top. In fact, hey, this is awesome.
I was going to go there if you didn't. Go for it.
Go ahead. No, you go there. This is hilarious. Go ahead.
You go for it. Go for it.
Go ahead.
We were out swimming on Sunday by the boat, and what were we talking about? We were talking about a guy who trades options, and the options hour on TFNN at 12 noon. He's got to watch, and he's going to watch, and it's a great deal, man.
So, Kevin, it was perfect, right? We're in the middle of the Gulf, beautiful island, right? And, we just met these people, but he started, I just started trading options. Well, I said, we're going to get you hooked. Don't worry, man. 12 noon. But it's cool, right? I mean,
we listen, and that's what we were just talking about. It's a great.
It's funny that you guys make that joke, because when I was standing in a trading pit, and young clerks learned how to trade options via being in the pit and working with us and learning, kind of organically to us. Well, I used to joke to them all the time, you should be paying me tuition for what I'm giving you.
Yeah.
And I'm paying you to be here, and you should.
Totally.
That was the joke I always said to them, of course.
I love it. Okay, man, have a great one. Have a safe one. We look forward to the show at noon.
Can't wait, guys.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow down 6, Nasdaq's up 12, S&Ps are up 3.5. If we look inside the Dow and see where the strength is, you have the strength is Caterpillar, that's up 1.5%. Goldman is up 1%. GE's up 0.5, and Verizon is up 0.5. Taking it down is Disney's down 1.3%. Home Depot's off 0.9, Nike's down 0.8, and Boeing is off 0.8. Inside the NDX 100, what we have is that the NDX Vertex Pharmaceutical. Oh, this is going to be interesting, Tom. It looks like these biotechs are taking off.
Oh, yeah.
So you get Vertex up 2.6%. Biogen is up 2.5%. Endo is up 2.4%. And CSX is up 60. Taken away from it is Expedia, down 1.5. PayPal is off 1.3. If we go over to the biotechs, the IBB, you get the IBB up 384. And they get we're 279. That's got a high volume swing point of 287. So that probably looks like it's game out there.
Yeah, and it can probably go up from there. I thought it might even be up more looking at all those numbers, right? So it probably has some room to move.
There's no doubt. Because if we do go over, let's go to Biogen. So Biogen, folks, was one of the first biotechs to implode. And when I say that we're going all the way back to March of 2015. It hit a high of 480 in March, and then by April it was down to 420. And then it took the huge leg down, the following July and went down to 299. So this is intriguing that, we'll see whether it can get any juice and get up into this 311 area. But there's no doubt that...
that's an important area to be coming into, right?
It is. It is. Now, you want a real important area, folks. Okay, this is pretty cool how this is shaking out. And what it is the dollar. So if we go to the dollar, you're right at where the monster supply line is, folks. And, even as I was just talking with Kevin, I mean, it's 95.85. That's your number. Well, let's put it this way. Between 95.85 and really 95.10. The 95.85 I'm taking is the high of January of 2015. The 95.10 is the low of March, where it broke topside from. And that's where the supply line's a monster, man. And the rate structure. Tommy and I go through it quite a bit here. Bottom line, man, is that I just don't, I can visualize at this point that they are going to go up because they have to go up in July.
Yes.
But that's going to be a tough one too, man.
I pretty much completely agree. I know. It's a tough. And you know what? There's so much riding on it, and that's what if you can figure out what's going to happen there, you can figure out a lot of things, or at least a highly probable scenario of how they'll play out.
Right. What we are going to get, which is really cool, folks, is that this is a unique time in the aspect that you have the Fed not going up for so long, going down, and now projecting out here that, hey, we have to go up. When inflation is here in the U.S., I says, I think inflation's here, as we talked many times. I think prices are going up.
Yes.
But that's still... It has something to do with the rest of the world, but...
Yeah, and you talk about that in your newsletters, that, it has to do with that, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because all you have to do is figure this out, folks. Like last week, the Central Bank of Japan, who's been buying their own bonds forever, and a couple of the large corporations inside Japan, well, they came into our bonds beyond belief. And why wouldn't they? Because in Japan, people are paying to put their money in the bank. And in the U.S., No, not just putting the money in the bank. They're putting the money for a 10-year note. Okay, if I bring this down, this is sick. Yeah, they're paying 13/100% to put their money in a 10-year note. Never mind a 5. Watch this. I'll bring a 5 up, and this is shocking. In a 5, they're paying 1/4%, and we're paying 1.4% interest. So that differential is like so much money, it's insane.
Yeah, you even add the two in that. So they're getting paid by the people who are storing their money there, right? Because it's a negative rate, and then they're taking that money and getting paid to buy 5-year U.S. Treasuries.
And what's so cool about that, folks, is that what it's called is that you have the same duration. So it's not like what many bond funds do. Is that you'll buy one duration and you're selling another, and you're hoping that rates don't.
Sure, now you're open huge to currency there, though, right? Is that dollar yen, of course? Because people are storing in yen, and you're getting your money in dollars.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's your risk, of course.
Yeah.
But that spread, of course. How big is the spread? Because that's where can the spread really expand, where if we start raising rates dramatically, then the currencies would have to move dramatically to offset that. So they're connected, and just figuring out how they're connected, how that will play out is part of the equation for sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt, man. It's going to be wild. So let's go over, because what we do have inside the gold market right now, folks, is that this is a crucial area. The reason being is that this is where we broke out from in a serious way, and we've consolidated in a serious way. And that, thus far today, guess what? If you're in the metals market, you should be happy out here, okay? Because what you've got is that, you got a rejection of lower price, you have lighter volume, and we'll see how it makes its way higher. But thus far, even intraday, we had a buyer in here and a big buyer at 10 o'clock. So 7,000 contracts came in at that 12.17, and that's what forced it to 12.17. So
that's quite a bar, huh?
It is quite a bar.
Yeah,
it's a good one, and it's particularly a good one, because what we're coming up into. I mean, it looks like 12.23 is game out here today. And that's good. That's a big number if you get a rejection at this lower price. If we take a look at the XAU and the HUI, they're set up the exact same way. So. The XAU, well, now this is what's really going to be bullish if, in fact, we stay here. The XAU got down to a price point today of 78.62. Well, it can get down to 74.53 and have nothing wrong with it, because that's the breakout area. The HUI is set up the same way, and so what that specifically means is that when you don't even get down to the full breakout area where we started from, that's saying it's a little bit stronger than it would be in the context, particularly because the metal contract itself pulled all the way back to that breakout area. It's going to be all about that dollar, man.
Yeah, and you can see how even when you talk about, the dollar, the scenario we just laid out, that's all about the dollar, right?
It is. There's no doubt.
It's about the yen, too, but as you play out across the world, it is all about the dollar, because that's going to control how those rates play out, for sure.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow Industrials right now are flat. Nasdaq's up 13. S&Ps are up 350. We're going to be right back. Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member, FDIC, and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 8, Nasdaq's up 13, S&Ps are up 350, and, bottom line, folks, is that we are going after these swing highs out here from April 20th.
Quite a week we had last week, right?
Yeah, big time, man. I mean,
not a small week for sure.
Nope. And the cash S&P, the highs 2011. We're at 2102, then the low of that high is 2096. So it's like, hey, guess what? I think it's going to, get right into that area. And that's lining up with the NASDAQ composite, and we'll see whether it can handle that higher price. My take is that my bear suit is right there getting ready, for it. Now, with that context, we have our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, Tom, doing a workshop, right?
Yeah, so 2 nights from now, Thursday night, right? It's like, again, this week flies, and I was looking at it, and I was like, man, Basil is up 2 nights. Thursday night, June 2nd, he is going to be going from 6 till 7:30, so it's 90 minutes, and he's doing a subscriber workshop, The Consequences of a New Market High. It's right there on the front page. You can click through. You can kind of just see some of the bullet points of what he's going to be talking about. Topics covered, what market signs to be looking for that would signal a new high is coming. Now, of course, Basil had these points before last week.
Yes.
I'm going to be interested to see Thursday when he talks about, what last week means, right? I mean, that could be a sign that's going to signal a new market high, quite an acceleration.
There's no doubt, man.
Right? Implications of international competition for lower interest rates. We've spent plenty of time talking about that, for sure. The excessivity that, the current period we're in, and then perhaps more significantly, just everything coming together that Basil talks about, whether it's the technical aspect, the fundamental aspect that he looks at, and the trends, of course, that he always talks about. So, I encourage people to go sign up for his newsletter, get a 30-day free trial. You can attend that in 2 nights with Basil, 90 minutes, and, of course, it's archived.
And, folks, when Tommy's going through this, one of the things inside here, which is pretty cool, is the low rate structure. And depending on how long you've been listening to TFNN and Basil was onto this he calls it Japanization of rates.
Yeah.
I mean, a long time ago. I'm talking years ago, right?
Yeah, and that's the negative rates.
And it's so weird, man. I mean, it's great, folks, but I'm telling you, man, I know plenty of you are out there hearing that, 5, 6, 7 years ago, and guess what? That's exactly what happened. So it's going to be intriguing.
Prevalent, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just all over the world, not just in Japan. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
Japan's been dealing with it for a long time, and it still
I mean, our Fed is forced to address it at this point.
Yes.
So, right?
Yeah.
It's like
exactly. There's no doubt. Everyone has to. Yeah. You know why, folks? Because it's world trade. Everything is
possible everywhere. That's
Yeah.
why they have to address it, because it is actually a feasible question, which is like that alone says a lot, right?
Which was definitely off the table years ago.
Yeah, right. I mean, that would have been laughed at, a decade ago. Or, So keep that in perspective. Yeah.
And so, let's go back over to the physical metal market. So we had, the good old gold contract. It's only up 30 cents, but this is building some cars. So. We'll see if this 1223 is game out here today. And folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform yet, this is a great time to do it. There's a banner on the top and the side. You can hit that banner, bring up $25,000 of paper money into your account, and you can get an understanding of how these defined contracts work. During the next break, we'll bring up the actual platform, because I was out here early as normal. Yes.
Were you trading?
I was.
Nice.
Well, particularly,
I had it up. I wasn't trading, but I had it up. I mean, I was even looking at, you know what, as we talk about this, so under breaking news at TFNN, what I wrote for that binaryoptions.nadex,
yes,
it says trading weekly gold binary options.
Oh.
So people can just get a feel for even the weekly binary market. I have a chart in there with the weekly binaries. And you're looking at even a $30 move to the upside, let's say.
Okay.
So at the time this morning, gold was trading at $12.1450.
Yep.
And at $12.4450, so literally $30 on the dot. A binary, you could buy that for $9. So you're looking for a $30 move. By the end of Friday, okay, which is 1:30 p.m. Friday in the gold market, and for that, you're able to risk 9 for a max profit of 91. I mean, that's not outlandish in my opinion.
No, you know what? I should have read that earlier. So I'm putting this up, folks, right now, right? I bought the spreads for today, but I'm going to go look at that right now, because I bought in at 12:14 at 6 o'clock this morning.
I mean, you're trading volatility to the upside, right? For sure.
Yeah.
So just to look at it on the same way for the 1184.50 on the downside.
Yeah.
And I talk about really the strike prices I just point out are really the ones that are $10 to the up or down. I look at the 1204 and the 1224. Okay. And you're risking like 52 cents for every dollar in profit. You're risking like 1 to make 2, because you're getting in at about 34 to make 65, right? Or on the flip side.
Yes.
But just looking at it same way, $30 to the upside, 12.44. You have $30 to the downside, exactly same exact thing, to 1184.50, and right there you're able to risk only 875. So almost the exact $9, risking 875. With a potential max profit of the 91.25 that you'd originally sell it at.
No, I know. I like that trade. I'm going to go look at it in a break. I still like that trade, I think.
I mean, that's you're looking for a big week in gold, and keeping in mind that you only have 4 days, right? But that was as of 8 in the morning too, so that was 2.5 hours ago, where you were looking for some action, and just keeping in mind that that's part of what that's going to be a slightly different market right now, of course. 2.5 hours.
For sure. And what does happen though, which is $30 in gold is not a big move after rejection of lower price.
And I choose to make the point of even $10. For risking 34 to make 65 or close to, those parameters. Same exact way, $10 up, $10 down. You're risking about 34.50, 34.25, give or take, depending if you're bullish, bearish, to make the flip side of it, which is, the 65.50 or so.
Okay.
For $10, which is not bad.
No.
Especially with the move, as and you're going to have a directional bias and be correct, but if you're correct more than you're incorrect, then that could be a profitable trade when you're only risking almost 1 to make 2 or slightly
Look at
there.
this right now. Yeah, there's no doubt, man. So what happens, folks, is that you know, you could, you're buying the offer, of course, is that's 1025 to get a close at 1244, and it's 2050 for 1234.
1250. So to put it, it has to be greater than just the exact. But yeah, no, I'm with you. Right.
Man, okay, I like it.
So depending on yeah. And, same thing, just even so gold has moved, because I'm looking at right on Nadex at the same time you are. Yep. So gold's at 1216.50 right now, right? So it's up about $2 since that chart at 8 in the morning.
Right.
And so now the $30 one to the downside, the 1184.50, you could actually risk 7 as sell at 93. Risking 7 to make 93. That's where your risk reward really starts to. Now, of course, you have a 90-cent commission, right? But still, it's $7.90 commission all in per contract, trading 10 contracts or less for a $32 to the downside.
Yeah.
That's where the demo account, people should download it, get used to how the markets move, and then you can figure out whether it makes any sense, right?
Yeah, totally. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. You have the Dow Industrials down 35. NASDAQ is up 8. S&Ps are flat. We're going to be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow down 46. NASDAQ is up 5. S&Ps are flat. We have gold at 1217. So in that break... So what we did in that break, folks, is that, Tommy, I went into greater than 1234.50
And you're talking about the weekly gold binaries?
I bought 10 of the weekly gold binaries. Yeah.
Okay, at 12/30/450. Cool. So you're risking what, about 20?
Yeah, $20.50.
Perfect. So risking 20 to make about 80. So
Right.
risking 1 to make 4.
Right.
You know, you got to be correct 1 out of 5 times.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a nice play.
Yeah. So
I like it.
you know, we'll see what.
You know, and I was even saying, so to go over, right? That's
Yeah.
great on the weekly, and even just to consider on the dailies. So there's such a difference, right? Where I pulled up the dailies, and I said, you know,
Okay.
even 12/22 on the dailies, and let me just look at it, has about risking 10 to make 90. So you can see how 12/22 on the dailies. Now you have less than 3 hours in that trade, you know, for sure.
Right. That's still not bad, though, man. Okay.
No, right, not for that. And I'm pulling it up just to go over the more reasonable ones because that's
12/22.
almost.
Yeah. Okay. So, and you know, we got the volatility out here right now. That's what we have happening. So, you know, to my take, folks, is that we already rejected lower price. You're going to have lighter volume, and that gives me 2 more days, 3 more days. Yeah, 3 more days. That's still pretty good. It's
Right.
1:30 on Friday afternoon, folks, just so you understand how that shakes out. Now, and it doesn't mean that I have to stay in that trade for that long either. You know?
Correct.
Because once it gets up to the 12.34, then it will be trading at 50 cents on the dollar and go back and forth a million times.
Yes, and hopefully get a nice pop above there, and then maybe, you know, you could take 70 or 80 cents on the dollar if you wanted to, if it was
Right.
$10 to $50 higher, or maybe
Right.
you just let it play out.
Depend. That's right. And it would.
Depending on what you, right, pending, exactly.
It would depend on the velocity of the move. You know what I mean? If I had
Sure.
a move that I thought was really good strength, I'd be like, okay, man. You know,
Yes.
because when you look, what's cool here, folks, is that when we look at this contract, you know, what you have is that if I bring this up, on the last 4 days, you have the first swing point is at 12.2580. It's like, okay, hold it, man. That's where it wants to go. And I get the 12.24s. The next swing point after that, now I'm breaking this down intraday, but you get 12.24, you get 12.34, and you get 12.37.20, and that's only in the last 4 trading days. You know, so.
I agree, totally.
So we'll see where it shakes out. But risk versus reward is not bad at that particular
Right.
point.
And you're just keeping in mind that it's a low probability trade and that, you know, you probably aren't going to be successful 50% of the time, but you don't need to be successful 50% of the time risking 20 to make 80. And that's
Right.
just to keep it in
Right.
perspective. So
Right.
you have to prepare yourself for that, and as long as you are, that's a good deal.
And folks, and also you can just buy one contract. That's the other side of this, okay? So
right, yeah.
one contract's only $20.50, you know, to make,
Right.
you know, $79.50.
50. You got it. Yeah.
Right. You know, so.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's go and see the Dow Industrial. So they just hit the S&P slide. Well, here, let's do the S&Ps first. So the S&P, the E-minis just went from like a little fast and furious move from 2101, 2096. That took, let's just see this. So the futures, 2103.75. This is going to be really wild. The high in the futures. Now the futures number, folks, okay, is different than the cash number, okay? Because the futures trade, and they're a vehicle that they trade. The cash number does not trade. The way the cash number is projected is that the 500 stocks and the S&P have to trade. That's a mathematical calculation to get you the cash number. So the futures traded to 2103 this morning. 7.5, and that high is 2105.25. Interesting.
Yeah.
The Dow, they just hit the Dow simultaneously. Let me see what's hitting the Dow. So Disney, yeah, it's not like there's a new one that is set up here. If we go over to the NQs for a second, NQM6. Yeah, the NQ's a holding price. You know, NQ's got hit also, folks. The NQ's went from 45.28 to 45.14, but it looks like they're going to hold price. This thing is just going to be, and what you are going to have out here today too is Memorial Day trading. There's still plenty of folks that are not back in the in their basically trading seat, wherever they're trading from. So.
Without a doubt, for sure.
And then we're also going to have on Friday is that summer trading has started, and what that means, folks, is that every Monday, every Friday, things will slow down a bit. The market will have a chance to, really get some juice underneath it on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So this is there's a lot that's happening, man, in this market between now and the July 4th holiday.
I know, we get right into it, right? It's like it's already Tuesday, so we get oil numbers tomorrow coming out at 10:30.
Yep.
It's going to be quick, for sure.
Gas numbers Thursday.
Gas right after that, yeah.
I think GDP is Friday.
Yep.
So there's some real action here, which is just dynamite. Now, let's go take a look at some of the higher volume stocks in this. This will be a low volume market out here today. You got Bank of America's flat. Micron is up 21 cents. Apple's down 46. You got Facebook up 66. U.S. Steel, is that up 43? Oh, let's go look at U.S. Steel. That'd be interesting if these steel makers can start catching a bid. No, it was a good percentage-wise, but that still doesn't have any juice underneath it. Let's see. GE is up 14. Westar Energy is getting taken over. That's up $4.25. Great Plains is taking that over. Let me just pull this back for a second. Well, this one's interesting. So Westar Energy. Oh, it's a utility company. I was looking at that saying, man, that didn't make any sense to me. You got an energy company at top, but it's a utility, folks. Okay. So it's like
that is quite a chart, though.
Yeah, it is exactly.
Yeah.
And Great Plains. So Great Plains must be another utility. I thought Great Plains was not a utility though, but let me just pull this up one second. Great Plains. GXP. Yeah, no, it's one utility taking over another. So Great Plains Energy provides its utility in the Midwestern states. The company also develops generations for wholesale markets. Yeah, so it's one utility taking over another. Great Plains pays a 3.52% dividend. These utility companies got it made, man.
I know, big companies, right?
Big companies, they can turn around and they can explore fracking and everything else and charge the clients whether they make money or not. It's pretty sick.
I agree.
Especially in Florida, folks.
Ooh, we got quite a racket, I know.
We do. You stay right there. Tommy and I are coming right back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 35. NASDAQ is up 7. S&Ps are flat. We're going to be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Tommy O'Brien, Tom O'Brien, we do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow down 35, Nasdaq's up 10, S&P's are flat. We have gold up 50 cents at 12.17. Silver's down 22 at 16.04. King dollar's up 170 ticks at 95.67. And, of course, don't forget, folks, as soon as our program is over, we get our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, coming up next. Then we go to Chicago, TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim headquarters for the option hour. Steve Rhodes, 1 to 2. Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. And then our man, Mr. Andy Heck, of course, because we're talking Tuesdays and Thursdays. We do live programming from 7 o'clock in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon.
And of course, Andy Hecht, he has his night tomorrow night, actually, his third night of his class that is the 12 Essential Lessons for Trading Commodities. That's second on the front page. People can check that out. They instantly get access to the first 2 nights he's done, the 6 lessons.
Yeah.
And then they can attend tomorrow night, which he's going to be talking about lessons 7, 8, and 9, location spreads, intercommodity spreads, and quality spreads. I like those intercommodity spreads, so I'm going to be watching tomorrow night. People can still sign up. Everything's archived for a year or longer if you need it, because it's 8 hours of education. So I don't think anyone really is going to be diving into 8 hours all at once and think they get it. It's going to be something you're going to watch afterwards anyway, so people can check it out.
There's no doubt. And the way you do it, folks, just come over to our website at TFNN, and you'll see it's the second one on the carousel. You hit it. You're going to be able. You'll see all the course lineup. You'll get his newsletter for a full month, and of course, it's a great newsletter too. And the bottom line.
I was just looking at oil, talking about commodities. I mean, we didn't really talk about it that much this hour. We talk about it. I'm sure we'll talk about it tomorrow with the inventory numbers. But it was trading below $49.50 at the market open, and it climbed to over $50 as we were trading throughout the hour, and then now it's at $49.93. That's a big number, that $50. Everyone's talking about it. Of course, people have seen it, whether you're watching CNBC, Bloomberg, or even just normal news. They're talking about oil at $50, and how maybe, this is a tough area because companies are coming back online, so that supply is going to start rocking. But that's where I can only imagine Andy's going to have something to say about it. So
yeah, no doubt. Isn't it funny too that it's like, why is $50 an area? But it is.
Yeah, right. I know. It's like, 100's the area, right? Of course 100's the area. Mental numbers are a big deal. It's all mental. It's all supply and demand, right? So that all affects it, yeah.
It is, because it's like, okay, is someone walking in here saying, okay, man, I think $50 is expensive now, where if we were going back a year and a half, we would have been loving $50 oil, folks, okay?
Correct. Everything's an expectation.
Yeah, because
and we've become to expect that now. Actually, it's been lower, whereas previously we expected oil at we're paying $3 at the pump, and that's what we expected. So, yeah, we would have been loving anything below it.
Sure. So if I bring it back just to last year, this exact same week, oil was at 61.50. Well, it fluctuated here. So this week last year, it fluctuated between $56 and $60.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. Now watch this. That's
go back one more, right?
Yeah, one more. Go to May of 2014.
Ouch.
Yeah, you're talking. We're in heaven now, folks. Let's see, right
What's
there.
it? 10, 15.
You're gonna love this. $102 to $104.
Yeah, over 100.
Isn't that wild?
Cool. That is.
So it's half price. That's
right.
That's
in 2 years. Yeah.
That's a good number.
It is.
That's no doubt a good number. And
it is.
it's gonna be tough for that baby to basically make it over this area.
I agree, because there are a lot of companies that are going to start bringing back in supply, and as Andy talks about, supply is king in that commodity market. There's no fudging that for sure.
There isn't.
Yep.
You stay right there, folks. And man, Mr. Basil Chapman's coming up next, of course, and then swim lesson, Steve Rhodes. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, man.
Have a great one. Have a great one, folks. You stay right there. Basil's coming right up.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.